I would just like to say a few things. That's all. Hi, I would like to say a few things before we get into the meat of this video, the bulk of this video. As I was editing this and as I was filming this video, I've realized that I think that a lot of polygamous men might actually be gay. Think about it. Think about this, okay? A lot of these men are never satisfied with the amount of wives that they have, so they keep trying to get more and more and more because God tells them to. You know, some of them marry their cousins, their nieces. It's like this weird fetish or kink that they're trying to be satisfied with. Even their sisters, right? They're marrying their sisters, and then it's like they're never satisfied, and it's maybe because you're gay. I saw this, a bunch of TikToks actually. I saw a few TikToks that talked about how men who disrespect women over and over or just never seem to be satisfied with these women and actually hate women, it's because they're deep down a closeted gay.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
The only reason you keep cheating and cheating on women and not finding satisfaction is because you're gay. You are gay. That is the reason you're not finding satisfaction this side, because your satisfaction is at the back. You get. You're not finding it at the front because it's at the back.
And the more I think about it, the more I remember when I was in the cult, there were men who were gay polygamists. And because in this type of society, you're not allowed to be gay. So could there be a possibility that a lot of these men are just gay, but they're closeted gays, so because they can't be openly gay in these religions, because then you get kicked out. So could it be that a lot of these men are actually gay, and maybe they enjoy being around a lot of women? Like specifically this one guy says, I like sassy women.
I'm attracted to sassy women, and my wives are sassy, all three of them.
Maybe because he's a sassy guy. You know, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I think that they are sexually frustrated. I think that maybe not all polygamists, but maybe more than we think, are actually not even attracted to women. And that's why they put down women so much. That's why they want women to be stepped on, and they project their insecurities onto these women, because deep down, they're insecure with their own sexuality. Could that be it? Just think of every man that's ever projected onto you. Not you, gross, not like that. Every man who has put their insecurities on you, right, was mean to you, talked down to you, it's because there's something deep down wrong internally, right? And a lot of these polygamous men have to make sure that they're the head of the house and they're the best and they're on top because they are so deeply insecure with themselves. So that's just food for thought. I think that some of these men that we're going to be watching today are just gay. Yeah, let me know in the comments, though, if you guys agree or disagree, or if you just think I'm totally out there. But I am genuinely, like, this is the truth. There is still men in the cult that I grew up in that are gay and living polygamy. They've tried to do conversion therapy, like, because they want to go to heaven, right? So they're trying really hard not to be gay. Don't think any gay thoughts. Deep down, they are a gay thought. If you yourself were being forced to date people that you were not attracted to, how sexually frustrated would you be? And would you project it onto them? A lot of these men, especially in the cult I came from, were very negative towards the women that they're married to. And again, never satisfied, you know, marrying younger, marrying siblings, just trying to fill this void that will never be filled. Maybe they're insecure, maybe they don't know themselves, or maybe they just gay. And there's no problem with being gay. I love gay people. But when you're a closeted gay and you're sexually frustrated, they're frustrated with themselves, so then they get frustrated with the world. So that's my 2 cents on that. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like and subscribe and comment down below if you think that Cody Brown's gay. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda Ray. We're going to be cringing out at polygamous men again. You're welcome. I was raised by polygamous men, around polygamous men, had to listen to polygamous men. So I don't know why I'm doing this. I had one of you guys comment actually on the live stream, Called a Cup of Coffee, on Sunday. Someone said, can you please do more Cody Brown impersonations? It gives me life. It gives me happiness. It gives me the will to live. And it would really be a sin if I took that away from you guys, if I didn't follow through with giving you guys the serotonin that you deserve. So we're going to start with Cody Brown as requested.
I'm actually getting a little bit nervous. And it's not like me to be nervous when I have to perform. Maybe sometimes I get nervous, I don't know, but I've got to write something down because I've got to make it concise.
His face is like this. Sometimes I feel like Cody Brown's face, it looks like he's, you can see in his eyes and there's nothing behind the screen, you know? It's like a blank stare, like just a, do you ever feel like that?
The wedding is actually in Tulsa at a venue. And I am about what I'd call 2/3 prepared with the vows. I'm telling you.
I don't want you to tell me. Don't tell me anything, actually. I don't want to watch this. Let's watch something else. Okay, can I tell you guys something funny? The only reason I want to watch this next clip is called Meet the Man with 3 Wives. 3 wives, 1 husband. You know the polygamists that live in the rocks, the Rockland Ranch guy?
Food, glorious food.
She is so over his bullshit.
I have come to tell you goodbye. That was a joke.
Anyways, look at the curvature in this man's spine. Wow. I think this guy has more ass than I do. Am I sensing a little...
The unusual thing about this community. Half the men here have more than 1 wife.
I'm attracted to sassy women, and my wives are sassy, all 3 of them.
Tell me he's not gay. Somebody tell me he's not gay. I'm attracted to sassy women and sassy men. Honestly, sassy men. I want men. I got a fat ass. Any man who's got some sass, I'll give you this ass.
Sock lungs.
Oh, I'll go throw it at Beth. Hey. That would have been funnier if it was one of my stinky socks.
They hope once you get to know them,
It's adorable.
their way of life won't seem so strange after all.
And someone commented on my last video that this husband and wife look similar to each other, and it's probably because they're related. So yeah, the more we uncover, the more we're gonna realize you are strange, okay?
In the 1970s, Bob Foster was inspired by God to move to the middle of the desert.
How does one get inspired by God? How does a dream, a premonition, God comes and visits you and says, hey, you gotta go blow holes in a rock, build homes in there, and sleep with 3 women? How do you know that wasn't just a wet dream? Come on!
The community Bob set up is home to over 100 people.
Wow, a community built up to 100 people, all started by a wet dream. Isn't that crazy? By a gay man! Okay.
As Mormons, they believe that after his resurrection, Jesus Christ came to America to spread the word of God.
We're grateful.
Did you guys know that Jesus Christ actually came to America? So a lot of Mormons believe this, polygamists believe this, that the whole story of Jesus, this is so stupid. The whole story of Jesus when he died and then was resurrected in 3 days. Okay, so Jesus dies, he's dead for 3 days and he comes back, right? So in that 3-day time period, he actually went to America. Did you guys know that? I'll put a link of all of that information. I'm sorry you didn't know that, but yeah, Jesus died and he was hanging out in America. He was on a sabbatical. He was on a 3-day vacation in America. Actually, I heard him say that. Jesus told me that himself, actually. So, and it wasn't a wet dream.
But what sets fundamentalists apart from the mainstream Mormon church
Amen.
is their belief that polygamy is one way to reach the highest level of heaven.
You cannot become a god if you don't live.
But that's the thing is, it doesn't set them apart from it. That's actually the core beliefs of the religion is polygamy. So it's not necessarily, a lot of people get mad when polygamists call themselves Mormons, especially Mormons get mad when polygamists call themselves Mormons, but polygamists are actually living the true teachings of Joseph Smith, which was polygamy, because Joseph Smith, the founder of the Mormon religion, was a polygamist. He had wives young as 14 years old, and I think his oldest wife was like in her 80s. He had at least 30 plus wives. So polygamists really are just living the olden day time period of the Mormon religion, because the obviously, I think a lot of us know this, the Mormons trekked across America and founded Utah, and that's why they have the "This is the place" monument, because that's when Brigham Young was like, "This is the place, the Lord's place." And then they were continuing to live polygamy in Utah, but Utah could not become a state unless they denounced polygamy. And I think that happened in 1890. And then Utah was able to become a state because they denounced polygamy. Why do you think even back then people were trying to get them to stop polygamy? It's because it was harmful.
You cannot become a god if you don't live plural marriage. So
that's something that we were told in the order. So again, Mormon teaching is when you die and go to heaven, if you make it to the celestial kingdom, which is, there's 3 degrees of heaven. I know this because I was told this by a man who had a wet dream about Jesus. Wait, what? So 3 degrees of heaven. The top degree is the celestial kingdom. That's the highest you can get. And in the celestial kingdom, you can become a god over your own world, if you're a man. Even to achieve that, in polygamist standards, you have to have wives, multiple wives. In my standards that I was taught, in order standards, in the order, the polygamist group that I was born in, I was told that you have to have 3 wives. A man has to have 3 wives in order to get into the celestial kingdom. It's kind of like when you're in line at a club and you have to like, I know this person, let me in. You're trying to like butt the line. The polygamous men are like, look, these are my bitches. I got 3 of them. And then they're like, hey, get into heaven. All the men who are loyal to one bitch, go to Satan's house, okay? We want men who are putting their pee-pees into multiple bitches. That is the requirements. These simps over here that love their wives, we're not taking you. These men that had only 1 wife and like 5 kids, I'm sorry. You were a good dad. You took care of each kid. You gave them love and attention. You're not getting into the celestial kingdom, dude. You gotta have at least 3 wives and hopefully like 30 plus kids that are neglected. And then you can become a god. Because that's how we know that you are cool.
How many wives are too many wives?
You look at this forehead, you guys. Have you ever heard the term 5-head? That's, well, now you have.
Gosh, I know people that have 7, 8 wives and they're quite functional. Like, love each other. I'll let you know though. If I get to the point where I'm like, oops, that last one was a mistake.
That last one.
That was too much. I'm going to just say, hey, made a mistake, guys.
You can't say that because you guys don't believe in divorce, okay? So, yeah. 7 plus wives and it's functional? No, it's not. Can you imagine being a child? Just picture yourself being in the child's perspective. Your dad is rotating 7 wives and 7 different families. Really? Come on. That's not functional. That he's admitting and kind of tattletelling on himself that he thinks that having 7 different families is functional for a man. No, as a father, you have a lot of responsibilities and your child is going to have a lot of trauma because you don't give a damn about your kid. Okay? At that point, you can't. You know, statistically, a child needs 10 minutes of physical affection from their parent. If a man has 30 plus kids, is he doing that with any of his kids? Is he actually caring about each of his kids? Does he even know their birthdays? Does he even remember their names? No. Mr. 5-head over here can barely keep track of his wives. I'm sorry, who are you? And we got married? Okay, I forgot. I'm so sorry. I've been so focused on the Bible and Jesus, and I've been having a lot of wet dreams lately. None of them are about you. Okay, I'm sick of these guys. Let's watch Cody Brown again.
I gotta admit, I feel like I'm getting guidance. I'm not trying to be prideful by saying that. I'm trying to basically do what I can to direct my family. Most of my prayers to God are help us be a team. So let's all try and be united.
Help us be a team. It's not about your pecs and 6-pack.
I got nice pecs and a great 6-pack abs. It's not something that I'm trifling with, okay?
You're trifling.
Let's pray.
Me too.
But more than anything, what I really want is for all of us to get on that bandwagon, because eventually I'm going to lead. And many times I'm going to lead against their desires, my wife's desires. I'm going to lead to places they might not want to go, ideas they don't want to do, things they don't want to be involved, but I'm going to lead.
I don't like it. No. Okay. I saw this advertisement for this show called Meet the Wives by My 5 Wives. Ready? Let's watch. I've never seen this before.
Good morning.
Morning, pretty girl.
Morning, sweetie.
Hi, sweetie.
I love you.
Hey, love. It's time to get up.
This looks like a horror film. What the fuck? And you know that they had to reenact all of this. Whose idea was this? Was it the producers, or was this dude like, hey, I know this is crazy, but I have an idea where I'm in bed macking on 2 bitches. How do you guys like that? You know? I like it. Look at him. He's got a 5 head too.
I'm Brady Williams, and I have 5 wives and 24 children.
I still think it's crazy. Sometimes I thought that like our polygamous group had children at the same rate as most polygamous groups, but I think we were faster because my dad has 3 wives and he has over 32 kids. This guy has 5 wives and how many?
I'm Brady Williams, and I have 5 wives and 24 children.
Yeah, interesting.
I have 5 different homes with a different wife.
Bye, kids. Bye, Ned.
Bye.
It's crazy. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 hours to get out the door.
Oh, your life is so hard. You did this to yourself. Shut the fuck up.
A regular family might have a car or 2 to dig out,
No, okay. No. Let me get hooked up.
but I have 5 wives, so I have 5 cars to dig out of the snow.
Okay, you chose that. Why are you bitching and moaning about it to us? Why is it our problem? Deal with it yourself. I don't want to hear it.
September, Mara, come on, you guys, you need to hurry.
The kid's name is September. And this is what happens when you have so many kids that you start like running out of names. You start like naming them months and numbers, and you know, you used up all the names in the Bible, so now you just have to say things like spring, winter, summer, fall, anything you can think of at that moment. Like, it'll do. It'll have to do.
My name is Polly. Brady and I have been married for almost 22 years. We have 6 wonderful children, and I am Brady's first wife.
We have 6 wonderful children: September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and April. May, June, July, August, September. We didn't name any of our kids October because that's the Satan's month because of Halloweens and demons and stuff. So that's the only one we cannot agree upon.
I had an instant spark when I met Brady. Yeah, it was like, yeah, I like this guy, and that was it.
Probably because you were 12 and you've never been in a relationship before. Maybe you guys had a spark because he looked very familiar, almost like he made me could look like your brother, maybe. I don't know.
I could tell that being a polygamous wife wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for my mom.
The common theme here is it's never just randomly a woman who decides to live polygamy. Just like she said, it was her mom that got her into it. This is like old story. Okay, let's try. I looked up seeking a sister wife, which is interesting because there are different races in here. So I was like, maybe this show isn't a religious show. That which will be refreshing.
And like we're still getting to know one another. Like definitely just want to take things slow. I want to give it a chance. So.
Yay! There is definitely a real possibility that Jasmine can be a 4-sister wife. But as the first wife, I do have some concerns. I just want to make sure that Danielle's comfortable communicating with us whether she truly is okay with seeking another sister wife.
Okay.
I mean, are you okay? You're sure? This is like, we could stop right now. We don't have to talk to her anymore, Danielle.
Yeah. It's a little hard to voice my concerns, especially when everyone seems on board. I don't want to be the one person who's like, I have a problem with that.
Sounds like you probably shouldn't be in a polygamous relationship then. If you are easily swayed by the crowd, then it sounds like what you're saying is you're easily manipulated into being silenced. I already feel like this is a toxic relationship, but let's hear more.
Danielle says she wants to move forward with Jasmine, and that's great news. But I will have to pay close attention to how Danielle is feeling after the excitement of the first date.
What's the excitement here? Like, are they all going to be dating this girl and like kissing her and stuff? Or they're just glad that the man's getting out of the house and putting his penis somewhere else so it's not in them? I don't know. He's also got a 5 head. What is it with these polygamists and 5 heads?
I didn't expect to ever have another child with Danny.
Surprise. She looks pissed.
I definitely think Natalia's depressed and devastated because of the wedding getting called off. And then on top of it, dealing with the disappointment that she thought she's pregnant.
Whenever my dad says, if it weren't for polygamy, you wouldn't be here, I always think, you know, not being here actually sounds really nice. not being the child of yours sounds like a really good other option.
It was a total accident, like whoops.
Seems like nothing goes as planned sometimes.
Yeah.
No plan?
Yeah.
Plan?
Good day in Danny, man. It's maybe a bad day.
All I know is we're a family.
Yeah, I am mentally tired. Mentally tired?
I'm mentally, yeah.
Like, there's just apprehension in the air and uneasy feelings between us because of the baby situation and her thinking that I possibly did this on purpose. But I hope that it brings us together seeing the baby on the monitor. And like, that's one of the beautiful things about a plural lifestyle is being able to share all those moments together. You know, it's not just about sharing the husband, but
his time has to be divided. So, I mean, I feel like I'm explaining something that's so obvious, right? So, but what is interesting to me is that these guys don't seem to be religious. And there's different races in here, which I'm going to do more research on and try to find out why. What are there really people running around like thinking that polygamy is awesome? Okay, here's what I think. This relationship is probably more like polyamory, where they're all having relations. Obviously, there gets to be jealousy when one wife is having a child and the other one can't, or one wife seems to be progressing further in the relationship and the other one's not. It will always cause contention. But I am curious the motivation behind this. What is the motivation behind sharing the man with another woman? Do you get the woman as well? Is there stability that you get in that relationship that you can't find anywhere else? I'm gonna do some research and then I'm gonna come back to you guys with my research, okay? Because this is interesting and I've never looked into this one. So, very eye-opening. This is really just because of you guys that I did this, and so you're welcome. Let me know any recommendations of anyone else that you want me to do reviews on, or any opinions you would like me to share, because I've got a lot of opinions. Do you guys want to hear them? Do I want to say them? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on Cody Cup of Coffee on Sunday. Bye! And remember, if you have a 5 head, I don't like you. Okay, bye.